Special, Zest, KeeN, 2021 GSL Season 3, Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live, 2021 GSL Season 3.
Still throwing me off, Andy's voice there. We were just talking to him. I'm like, Andy, stop. I'm going to start the show now. We're talking to Andy between breaks. I put my headset on, and there he is again.
It's better than when it was our voices.
Yeah. Oh, that was the worst. I don't know if people remember this, but they could probably go back and find it. But there was a period where one of the producers decided that since people call us the casting archon, we should announce the player names and we say it at the same time.
It didn't work out
and
well.
It was so bad that I think they took it off after the round of 16.
Yeah. It was bad.
We told them it was a bad idea, too, and they're like, no, we think it's a good idea. And I'm like, all right. I mean, we'll make the recording if you want. I'm sure people have heard enough of our voices throughout the show. I don't think they need more of us.
That's for sure. So, Zest.
Yeah.
He's going military soon.
That's right.
He beat Classic to get here, but Classic actually had him.
Yeah.
He had him.
Going up against KeeN, though.
Yeah.
Cool to have KeeN here with us.
KeeN Hulk smashing Ryung in the Code A.
Absolutely.
And actually saying, because he was like, he thought he would end up in Trap's group, which is pretty accurate, right? Like the Trap's biggest prey or special in KeeN, most likely.
Yeah.
And
Trap
they both
basically,
end up in the group.
If this is like National Geographic, Trap like eats Terrans. That's like what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like bees make honey, Trap eats Terrans, okay?
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
But Trap is like one of those killer wasps, you know? The ones that are 2 inches long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
and
yeah.
The
now
Terrans
you're
are actually the bees that make honey, and he eats them and eats their honey, too.
Yeah, and then bites their heads off. We're going to go to 2,000 atmospheres for Game 1. Let's go.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
All right. So, KeeN was saying that he thinks, and I thought this was hilarious during his interview because they're like, oh, what do you think? He's like, yeah, I think I'll be in Trap's group, but that's fine because I think I've figured out TVP and how to win TVP, which just kind of made me laugh because this is actually like a thing that Terrans trick themselves into thinking.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, I've thought about this so much and I think I actually have it now. I call it the hubris of Terran. And
the hubris of Terran.
Yeah. To think that you have figured out the TVP matchup, something no one has ever figured out and no one ever will figure out. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to lead to here is we get to see him against Zest, who is definitely a top Protoss, but not as strong as Trap. And yeah, a little bit different style for sure, but if he does not defeat Zest here, that's, you know, it's like, okay, well, you probably weren't going to beat Trap, right? Like that's... If you can't beat the henchman, you can't beat the final boss.
That's right. You can't even beat the Joker's henchman. You're not going to beat the Joker. So, you know, in the last games, and by the way, extremely possible that it's all TVPs today, which I do welcome if that's the case.
Yeah, I like it.
I do like doing these matchup deep dives where we kind of really get to explore, you know, the inner workings of the matchup in the current meta with the best players. But yeah, I mean, Special seems to, in the last games, have approached the matchup in one where it's like the Protoss is a fire and you have to put it out. Like, I need, you know, we can't let this fire rage on and get out of control or it's going to burn everything down. So how do we just put it out as quickly as possible? And it did not work at all against Trap. Trap basically, you know, wriggled free from any harass or any kind of contain or punish, and then, you know, outgrew him and won the game. So let's see what happens here with KeeN and you know, what his approach is to the matchup in general. Does he want to try to match and go head-to-head with the Protoss? Does he want to try to end it like Special did?
Yeah.
Or a mixture of different styles?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna end up seeing from him. I mean, just when he says that, you know, you're gonna see something a little bit different. Whether that's like more aggression, less aggression, different type of build order, different type of tempo to the game. So I'm excited to see exactly what he has planned for that. I'll just wait and see a little bit. Sending out a Hellion now. It's along the side of the map. And
Dark Shrine.
Yeah, so looks like probably a DT drop coming up.
It is. It's like synchronized swimming over here.
Yeah, seriously.
That feels so unnecessary to have that patrol set up like that, but that's what's going on.
I think that patrol was just beautiful.
something beautiful. So the Hellion's not going to be able to get in here. Besides the Adepts, the area's already bottlenecked. The Warp Prism's being made, and we got to see how ready the Terran's going to be. A lot of that will depend on how much energy is banked inside the command center.
Yeah, if you don't know that this is coming, sometimes you can just take fatal damage to it. DT drops can be very scary indeed. Your SCVs go down so quickly. But you know what? He's going into the 3Rex. Oh my god, he's making a Raven tasteless. This is perfect. A perfect situation for KeeN.
Making Ravens Artosis.
He's making Ravens tasteless.
We had this whole joke. what was the context of this joke?
You and Maynard were making fun of me because I
We're doing Artosis. That's right. We were doing impressions of you backstage while you were casting. He's making Ravens tasteless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's what that was from. I think the Raven's a good choice. That's literally the answer to DTs.
Well, he didn't like really know that this was coming, but yeah, this is basically like a perfect situation for him because he didn't even go for the third CC. He has 3 Raxes up. He's getting stim. So he's not only does he have mobile detection already against something that is trying to kind of catch you off guard, but he's going to have a big army. Like, he might actually just kill him.
Yeah.
Just walk across the map and kill him as medevacs are popping out and everything. Now, Zest going to follow this up with a bit of Archon harassment. And,
yeah,
I mean, it's a good move. Yeah, you might be able to get a little bit done here.
Adapts are going to come up into the front. There is a warp, a mine here. I couldn't think of the word for a second.
A warp
mine.
What's a warp mine?
Blizzard, you made warp mines. Okay, nice save.
Yeah,
juggles it back out.
All right, I like it. It's reasonable. And Shade's behind as well with these Adepts. So he's kind of keeping him busy, doing a little bit of damage as well. But again, this attack that's going to come out, look at Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 all coming right now, Tasteless. This is... Oh, and he's clearing up the mines as well.
Yeah, this is excellent here.
It's annoying. Look at that. He actually got a lot done with it.
You know, we talked about the battlecruiser in the last game and how you really just don't want to lose it because, you know, as long as it's killing stuff, you can repair it. The same idea actually with Archon drops.
Dude, look how much he's killed.
That's insane.
For 2 Adepts.
Marines.
He's lost now 3 Adepts, 15 Marines, 2 Mines, 6 SCVs, a Depot, a Hellion, a Reaper. His
That's
family,
insane.
his dog.
His dignity.
His dignity. Jeez, Well, the DT drop didn't just get the free win, so then he made 2 Archons and killed 15 Marines with them. God. And now, into the 3 racks cost production. He's just going to blink in and kill him probably, Dave.
Yeah,
So
ninja dodge there on the Widowmine shot.
Well, this doesn't look good for Zest, right?
No, this is probably not the way he envisioned this attack going here.
Oh, my God.
All right, this is really exciting to watch.
Energy versus energy.
Yeah. Huh.
Hey, it's better than Locust versus Locust, am I right?
Anything's better than Locust versus Locust. A little bit of pressure up here in the front. Looks like he'll snipe that depot and just blink away. Although Zest really screwed up that attack back there, he is still in the lead here. He's got 61 workers to 45 SCs.
I think there's actually still kill potential that I want to push from KeeN.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good as it was looking before because those Archons actually did so much, but the blink up was a bit wasteful. There's a bit more army supply right now for KeeN, and he's up to 5 Raxes now. He's harassing as well, which is kind of keeping stuff back a bit. Yeah, I mean, I think he still has some potential here. Like, KeeN is certainly not dead.
This is... Oh, is he going to actually just barely miss this? This is so funny when this happens in RTS games. Like, they just perfectly don't see anything, and it's... Okay, here we go. He spots that. That's huge. If he can intercept those medevacs.
That Immortal. He's waiting for the Liberator.
Yeah.
They can't shoot up.
Not yet, man. We've got to give the Immortal an upgrade so we can lay down on its back and fire in the air.
Hey, KeeN is actually doing all right with this harassment, honestly. Oh, the Stalkers are coming, but they're not in the right position.
Oh, no. This drop in the main is going to be huge. A recall should be in the back pocket here for Zest. He's going to come into this area. I think there's only one pylon powering all this.
Oh, my God. This is a sick drop here. He has to bring back a lot of units, and KeeN's main push is coming now as well. The Liberator comes up, and Siege is right where the Warpins are coming.
Oh, takes that down. The attack comes in further.
Yeah, but there is an attack onto the third base here as well.
Yeah.
A lot of mines, a lot of Marines and Marauders.
And this attack probably even more significant than the previous one. If he can actually take this Nexus down, he'll balance everything out. Economically, it just doesn't seem like Protoss quite has enough, but then as these Immortals and other Stalkers come in, get a nice arc and push him away again.
Oh, he blinks on top of quite a few mines there.
Right.
But there's enough Immortals that it seems like KeeN is not quite able to do it with this Marauder heavy army, but another drop going to the main.
Yep, coming in now. And I think, you know, honestly, Zest probably itching to just maybe put on some counter pressure, but he cannot do that now with this drop coming in here.
Yeah, this is a very messy game. A lot of damage being dealt. Warps into DT, but that gets scanned out as well. The mine kills another Stalker.
Oh, he's going to be able to unpower this pylon right before that armor upgrade finishes.
Dude,
yeah, there's
so
like
few
3 pylons
here.
powering everything. But Protoss is just going to go and try to shove. He's going to come up here. We did not see any blinking with that.
Oh, yeah, he actually takes some pretty big mine hits there as well.
Ate some serious mine hits, and I think that was a big miscalculation there by Zest.
And there's, like, nothing powered right now.
Yeah. He is just
look at his mineral smacker so bad.
Why is he not spending his money? I think that we may be right by the end here for Zest if he doesn't start to stabilize, because you just doesn't matter how much money you have if you can't make anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Really good decision making, honestly, here by KeeN on what to attack. Even taking out this Dark Shrine, which was you know, one of the only other ways maybe you could have like one DT come out and get some damage somewhere.
He's going after that last pylon tasteless, that one gateway that's powered in the main base. He will not accept it. Another attack coming down to that third. He's already killed the static D that was there. Stalker's running behind the Nexus. I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
Zest really doesn't have anything left.
This was a pretty interesting game, honestly. It's impressive to see how KeeN pulled through, shutting that down there, even taking that pylon out. Beautifully done. GG. KeeN takes game 1 in this best of 3.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the block on the DTs was amazing. The Archons did way too much. Then Zest kind of threw away with the blink in against that many units that were being produced. That was kind of surprising. Like, if he holds that as a pin, and if KeeN moves out, does that move, then I think that he can take this game relatively easily. But he was like, I think his Archons did so much that he's like, oh, this guy's dead. And it's like, well, all KeeN was really doing was producing units. He wasn't working on his economy. So this was probably the worst thing Zest could do, that blinking.
Yeah. Light Shade for game 2, man. KeeN really delivering. I think that we don't always have games that end quite like that, where it's like KeeN basically figured out in this moment, like, oh, you have nothing really, you don't have any backup pylons at all.
Yeah.
And then Zest, you know, Zest could have gone back home and tried to keep defending, but he didn't. And so, an unusual ending. I don't think we're going to have any games that look like that again. Game 2's ready.
GSL Season 3. Codex.
Not now, Andy. We got to cast these games.
Oh, tasteless. Oh.
I'm going to go back into quarantine.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Zest.
You know, I didn't want to be mean, but I was going to suggest that for match 1, you in special trade places. You know, you go 0-2 against Trap and he
Africa
casts.
Freeze.
Yeah.
KeeN.
With the way our casting's been going, it's going to be just special casting pretty soon. I'm like, well, can I at least play? They're like, no, go home.
Yeah, if you can qualify. Milk comes out of their nose.
Yeah, they laugh so hard it almost kills them.
Okay. See what, I guess, you know, if KeeN wins here, then he gets to go up against Trap and show us what he learned, what was new. Overall, that was just kind of a pretty aggressive game. What I liked about it was the speed of the Raven. That was kind of neat. And then he was very focused on producing on 2 bases and splitting his attacks, right? Send the Raven down, get a Liberator out, and he's just kind of like trying to keep units back or do damage there. Either one kind of works, because then he starts attacking, right, and sending medevacs across the map. So it was kind of cool. It's you know, we have, how many years has this game been out?
11 years.
11 years. So
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say much of anything is like 100% new, but that was fresh. His approach there was a little bit fresh for the matchup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't the stale old, okay, and now the +1 on combat shields, and I pressure while making my 3rd.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well,
I'll do my push with my SCVs and my attacking units and throw an auto turret down.
Yeah.
That should do the trick.
So yeah, it was a little bit fresh, which is nice. It's refreshing.
Well, we have this downtime here. I would like to say I'm glad to be out of quarantine. I did get my first vaccine shot, and I took the greatest nap I've ever taken, Artosis.
Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to get sick. I took these most amazing. I think I might be addicted to vaccines now. I think I'm going to go back and keep trying to get it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, tell me about the nap.
I feel like I'm going to be chasing this nap for the rest of my life.
Tell me about the nap. I want to hear about the nap.
It felt amazing. I had totally cool dreams where I was like in sky floating cities and stuff in paradise.
Yeah?
Yeah. I woke up feeling so rested.
How long was the nap?
Oh, it was like, I probably woke up after an hour and then went back in for 2 more hours.
Damn, man. That's almost asleep. That's a perfect
Yeah, that's
nap.
almost just asleep, right?
Yeah. But it is a nap.
It was one of those moments where like I woke up and I'm like, no, I'm going back in. Closed my eyes and disappeared.
It's like Inception, kind of.
That's right, yeah.
Except you're not in control or anything. You're doing anything important.
It's a starport down there, right? I'm sorry, I was actually looking at you instead of looking at the game. Starport down here at the bottom.
Oh, they're playing StarCraft. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blink on the way.
There appears to be aliens in a human colony on this map. It appears they're going to be fighting each other.
Why are they harvesting from these mineral nodes?
So what do they use minerals on Earth? Is that what they do? They spend it? Is it valuable?
Are they making jewelry out of
Can you
this?
make?
Like,
Yeah.
Do you sell the minerals, or like are the minerals the money?
I understand the gas. I'm sure that's like what the vehicles run up, but the minerals.
Yeah.
Back to the minerals for a second.
Can you tell me how a Hellion doesn't cost any gas? Is this an electric vehicle?
An SUV comes there, it's like, sir, I'm sorry to report to you, we've actually been mining cubic zirconiums this entire time. These minerals aren't worth anything. What do you mean? They're not worth anything?
Yeah. What would happen to your units then? They're all like changelings. They all die to one hit. Psystorm goes down, anything explodes, you can't even split.
Medevac pops out, and it looks like he wants to try to do this Hellion drop over here.
The way the SCV walked down as the Medevac popped out, I'm like, is he going to load that SCV up? Do an SCV drop?
He's going to build a depot in the guy's main.
Yeah. He's going to build a missile turret. Well, he's got some pylons spotting the edge of his base. All right, KeeN coming up now. 3 Hellions towards that 3rd area. And gets caught, but he gets the drop off. Marine's going to push everything back. Like, look at the probes come back.
Yeah.
Like they own the place. They were like, yeah, we'll fight these.
Yeah, we're not afraid of one Marine.
Yeah. I kind of like that, though, right? Because he's bringing in Stalkers right behind. So if you look at those and say, oh, you can't beat Marines with probes, and then you stay, then the Blink comes in and you lose everything. So a little bit of a bait there. KeeN not falling for it. Damn, man. Zest just does not lose much in the early game, does he?
He's solid. He always has been. I'm more curious to see how the later part of this game is going to go, because game 1 is just such a weird, unusual situation. By the way, Zest, big shutdown here. He cannot quite get the second bunker, so he's going to have to try to have some alternative fire here on the SCVs, which is a perfectly acceptable way to approach this. Yeah. He's going to blink on top of the tank, and this could not be going better. Because of that, he actually pulled the SCVs off for a second.
He tried to trap the stalkers, and that allowed the bunker to actually end up falling there.
The old college try. Another tank sieging up, but this actually might be so ill-timed. He could just dive on that with the rest of the stalkers and warp in.
He's popping a lot of the stalkers now. He has a lot of bio there. No stim, unfortunately. Keep seeing SCVs behind bio trying to fight today. That's what I would do as a unit. I would be the SCV that like pretends that I'm going to war, but I'm standing behind them. I'm like, I don't know the pathing, I'm stuck.
Stalker's going to loop around here. Terran could just die outright here with the pressure that's been put on.
You know, I think KeeN's ready. Like, I think he has enough to hold on.
You think so?
Yeah, between the bunker and he's got like 4 SCVs he was waiting there repairing.
But couldn't he just go blink up into the main even and start to do damage there?
He has a bunker there. Oh, he actually doesn't have anything in it.
Yeah, it's an empty bunker.
But yeah, I mean, his stim is just about to finish, so I
think you're right though. With stim, you really can't do that much else.
Yeah, you get some damage, but I don't think that KeeN's gonna die. I think KeeN's all right for now.
So he's gonna get out. But behind that, Zest is taking a third base. He's in fantastic shape.
I'll tell you, Blink Stalkers plus War Prisms, you're like more mobile than a flying unit.
It's pretty crazy, actually.
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
There's 3 medevacs. He's like, I'm gonna go find those 3 pylons and unpower his entire base.
That's the strat.
Yeah.
It's like, I noticed that Protoss don't build enough pylons in their main.
He's treating this like he's the Rebel Alliance and the Death Star. Yeah. By the way, major design defect.
You gotta have some way to turn it off.
The Empire needs to stop making these planet-sized ships that can be blown up by hitting one target inside of it.
Well, you don't watch enough Star Wars to know they actually explained why that was.
Yeah. Well, how embarrassing. You just called me out in front of all these nerds, Artosis. like, sorry, guys, I've been exposed. I'm going to go play football now.
You're such a jock. Honestly, it's embarrassing to me, and I got to just tell people about it. Look at this. The stim push killing off so many of the stalkers. And the Prism comes back. KeeN just smashing some base here, but with the Colossus coming out, that should hold. These are like 1 thermal lance away from dying.
Yeah, everything's so squishy right now. The siege tank sieges up. That's going to force the Protoss to bounce back. But Terran isn't quite at the position yet where he can do damage. If he can inch in a little bit further, especially if he can fight these Stalkers when the Colossus is elsewhere.
Yeah, Zest trying to get out and actually engage. He needs to not walk down that ramp, though. He's going to get way out of position if he does that. Continuing to warp in. I think KeeN does not have enough to take this right now. But I like the way that he's walking back and forth, right? Like he had, ooh, here come the boys.
This is going to be a real punch. The boys have been pulled.
It's your boys, the boys!
It's your boys! You thought we would be mining. Now you'll just be whining. He's got the boys. They're supposed to be mining. How could they? No. Those aren't fighting units. They're not fighting units. They're supposed to be mining or building. Building's acceptable as well.
Good micro from Zest here, I think. It's kind of forced him to reposition several times.
I feel like the position he got into is like very hard to actually push up.
Well, 2 force fields on a small ramp against a boys pole push is always very nice. And with 3, like KeeN is as dead as anyone's ever been.
Yeah, we're gonna go to game 3. It looks like you really can't recover from this once you pulled the boys.
Dude, yeah.
You can't put the boys back in the bottle, as they say.
Yeah, you can't push the boys back into the tube. The tube, man, it just doesn't work. Oh my gosh.
He opened Pandora's boys. You know what I'm saying?
Can't fix a popped balloon.
No, you can't. No, you can't. The more I think about it, it's like, no, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible to do.
The technology doesn't exist.
It's not there yet.
All right, so
Oxide.
1-1.
Yep.
1-1.
Cool games with these two.
Yeah,
Really,
really enjoying it. Lots of aggression.
Lots of different types of games here as well. Yeah, let's go to Oxide now. Again, Trap waits for the winner in the winner's match as we are going to wrap up our second best of 3 here in Group A of Code S. Games loaded up. Yep, let's go.
GSL Season 3, Code S.
So that's Probe across the map. Oh, he finds an SCV going across the map.
Yeah, busted.
Ooh, takes that extra hit.
Ooh.
I feel like in this series so far that KeeN is playing a little bit better than Zest.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, it does feel that way.
Zest had some, I mean, he was overall pretty good in that last game, but he did have some clunky moments.
It doesn't feel like he's playing like terribly or anything, but it feels like overall that KeeN is slightly more prepared, which I think is a really important thing in the matchup anyways, is, you know, obviously a Protoss can prepare some really good, nasty cheese type things or play a very reactive game. But yeah, I think like we saw in the special series, right? Like he was really well prepared even though Trap stopped him. It feels likewise like KeeN is well prepared here. The games don't look like he's just playing like ladder builds or something, you know, which is important. But yeah, Zest isn't playing too bad or anything.
So it's a weird group, honestly, when you think of the positions everybody's in, because Trap is probably just going to get out. I think Zest is a great player, but I don't think Zest beats Trap.
I think there's like a possibility in a best of 3. I think that like Trap is better.
Trap is better, yeah.
Like he can be taken down. Like remember that series against Parting where Trap looked better and then Parting just made the games really chaotic and won.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that can happen, you know? Like PvP can be a crazy matchup. But yeah, I mean, Trap, him not, like I said, if he's not in at least the round of 4, that's incredibly bizarre.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
like
that's pretty standard now.
He's more
our
stable
Protoss
than
that's at
everybody
the top.
else.
Yeah,
he's more stable than any Terran and any Zerg.
And he just continues to bring a better iteration of himself in every match.
Yeah, if Trap didn't exist, like people, you know, obviously complain a lot about Protoss, just generally speaking, but like if he didn't exist, we would truly need a patch for Protoss because the results would be like nothing.
Oh yeah,
he actually holds like almost all the Protoss
Maru's
results.
been like this for Terran at periods of time as well, where it's like, well guys, I don't know. This guy Maru over here is still making it work, so we can't really say anything yet.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like it's this way or it's not fair. Well, hold it. Just get Maru in there. Let's see what happens first. Yeah. Okay, he won again. No, I don't understand either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Trap, same thing.
Oracle opener here. First one of the day. Oh yeah, the Adept's going to come by and get a little bit of damage. Kind of nice. Marines way out of position here. And you'll get him out. All right, let's see what he gets done with this Oracle. He's following it up with the Phoenix. So I would imagine it's going to be Phoenix production from here. At least 3. But we'll see. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. That was so close.
Well, that's the worst thing in the world. If you lose that immediately as you fly in, that's like...
You're just...
Yeah. You're not supposed to be
You don't even know what he has in his main. You're like, I don't...
We know he has a factory.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to get out.
Yep.
And
not
5
bad.
STV kills. Hey.
Could have been totally different.
Yeah. Got to give him that one.
Yeah.
He did it.
Third base coming up right away here for Zest. And we don't have any third base cooking back here for KeeN. Looks like he's just...
Yeah, he seems to really like unit heavy today. And look, he's once again going a relatively quick Raven. I don't think he can do things like the Liberator harassment he was doing in Game 1 here, most likely, because we do have the Phoenixes out, so it's a little bit harder to pull something like that off.
Right.
I mean, if you slip it past, it does take Phoenixes a while to get back there and actually kill it, but still, it's not nearly as useful as it would be against, you know, non-Stargate openers. Stim on the way, lots of production. Here we go, the 3 Phoenix plus Oracle. Pretty standard stuff. Old school, little harassment force. Gets the tag down, and that's actually a very nice tag. It reveals that mine that's hiding under the lip of the factory.
Yeah, nicely done. I like this Raven all the way down here.
Yeah.
No way that's going to get sniped by Phoenixes. And so now we wait for the Terran to see, you know, when are you going to move? I see that eBay finishing, so obviously an attack upgrade is going to be coming here. We probably won't have any attacking it from the Terran until that upgrade's done. So we can basically, you know, bookmark that in the future to look for. But, you know, Protoss is now getting 5 gateways up here.
Yeah.
The, you know, the fruits of the third base have kicked in now. He's got a lot of money. He can actually start to produce an army.
Charge Phoenix is going to be extremely good for one engage.
Yeah.
You know, like if KeeN rolls out and there's like 6 Phoenixes plus a bunch of charge lots, Zest should be able to knock out the first army, which is really, I mean, a lot of times when Terran sits on 2 base for a long time and then does a push, if you knock out that first army reasonably efficiently, that is such an uphill fight for Terran from then on.
Okay. Terran is itching to push here. I guess the +1 attack is just going to be on the way here. Really, he wanted to wait for Stim and Combat Shields to come out.
And you got to make sure you have a critical mass here because it is Phoenix-based play. The army it looks like he's leaving with. Ooh, all right, decent hit. But the army that it looks like he's leaving with, I mean, the Phoenix is going back, and then a round and a half of charge lots is going to do it. Yeah, see, I don't like this. You can kind of micro here. I guess, you know what, if he brings this up and hits the armor shred on these Zealots, he will actually destroy them. All right, here we go. The armor shred is successful, and now he's really dealing the damage there. Oh my god, he's about to have +1 done as well. Looks like that might not line up perfectly well with this.
Yeah, he's going to go for it. He's pushing in now, picking up some of those stray Marines. These medevacs are not going to be safe if these Marines are on the run. Reinforcements meet and Protoss retreats, I think wisely so.
Yeah, some more mines coming out here as well.
The boys. Yeah. It's ya boys.
The boys.
You know who it is.
KeeN.
KeeN.
It's not going well, Tasteless.
GG.
And that's what Zest's entire build was meant to do. What he did there doesn't really scale well, and KeeN didn't actually. It's like he didn't identify what was going on.
I feel like he waited a little bit. He basically was like, "Oh, are all your gates done? I'll attack now."
Well, you know, the thing is, when you play against anyone who's actually making a decent amount of Phoenixes, if it's Phoenix Gateway unit, it doesn't scale well. If it's Phoenix Colossus, it scales pretty well, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is what happened with Phoenix Adept and why that's not used anymore. Phoenix Zealot has always been what actually Zest prefers a bit more.
Yeah.
But you can't just move out against it. It's meant to crush an army in the mid-game.
Yeah.
And once they do that, they're on 3 bases, you're on 2. The game is basically Protoss's at that point.
Trapper Zest coming up next, guys. We'll be right back.